Great day of baseball. Doubleheaders are always tough, but I give our guys a lot of credit for staying focused and competing as hard as they did for 18 innings against a great Dallas Baptist club. Offensively, in the first game, what a first two times through the order, swung the bats really well. Drew Wharton, how about that guy? 2 3-run homers in his first two at-bats. And then after that, continued to put together good at-bats, wound up scoring 9 runs, had 9 free passes, had 2 big innings on offense. Pitching staff did a great job. I thought Crawford battled, gave up back-to-back hits in the first inning, but pitched out of some tough situations, maintained his composure, threw the ball really well. And Strider, we stretched Strider out at the end of the ball game for the last 9 outs of the game, and he got better and better as the game went on, so it was great to get him in the ball game. And just pitched extremely well, played great defensively. And then in game 2, Higginbotham was very efficient. He only threw 70-something pitches through 7 innings. And then Riley Gilliam, he needed to pitch in a situation like that. That was good for Riley. Riley's going to have to pitch out of tough situations. And what a lot of people don't understand sometimes is in the 9th inning is the heightened awareness of the offense. Every pitch, every at-bat, the other dugout is battling as hard as they can to keep themselves in the ball game. So the heightened awareness is so high in the 9th inning. Being a closer is such a tough job. But, man, did he pitch out of a tough jam right there. Very, very impressed with Riley. And then, today offensively in Game 2, we took advantage of the free pass. We had 6 walks, only 2 strikeouts. But we did some good things. We manufactured some runs. Cromwell had a nice bunt in the 8th. Chris Williams sac fly. Seth Beer followed Logan Davidson's leadoff single with a home run in the early part of the ball game. And then we played great defensively. Chris Williams played outstanding at first base. Seth made a nice catch down the right field line. Drew Wharton made a nice play down the left field line late in the ball game. Our outfield defense has been phenomenal. Infield defense has been great. And Kyle Wilkie, oftentimes we don't talk enough about the guy who has to catch 18 innings in one day. That's pretty tough to do. It's the toughest position on the field, and he went back there and he caught as well as he possibly could for 18 innings. So just one of those unsung heroes that sometimes doesn't get the credit he deserves. But our pitching was outstanding today. Only gave up a couple runs against a really good offensive club in Dallas Baptist. And got to sweep, which is always a lot of fun to get those. You don't get too many opportunities to sweep an opponent. So just overall great weekend by our guys, and got to give all of our guys a lot of credit.
Monte, what did you learn about the pitching staff this weekend, allowing 4 runs in 3 games against that lineup?
Well, again, I feel like we have a good offense, and I saw it. I've said it quite a few times. It's like when the spring rolled around, our pitching staff, it was like they did a 180. Guys came out in the early spring when we started inter-squads, and I've been seeing that now for, basically since the 3rd week of January. So it's really hasn't shocked me, now, and we're going to run through some tough spots like anybody does where we give up some runs, but I'm very proud of our pitching staff. We just run strike thrower after strike thrower out there, and they compete and fill up the strike zone and let our great defense play behind them. And it's been a recipe for success early on for us.
Coach, you scored 33 runs in 3 games, only 3 runs this second game tonight. Obviously, the pitchers are fully rested in the doubleheader. How much of that has to do with fatigue, and how much of that is just the effectiveness of their pitcher tonight?
I thought their game 2 guy was their starter was pretty good. He did a good job of executing pitches, had a good changeup. And they also ran a number of guys at us in that last ball game. And, that's another thing that it's tough for an offense when you see 4 or 5 different arms in a game sometimes to adjust to different styles. They bring a lefty in who's a soft tosser with a good changeup, and then they bring a hard-throwing righty that's 93 to 95 in after him. I mean, they have some quality arms. They have some really good arms. And, thank goodness for us, we attacked them early in each ball game. Some of those scores could have been a little bit differently, but we were able to score early in the game, put pressure on them, and then our pitching staff and our defense took care of the rest.
What's the biggest difference that you see in Drew Wharton from this year to maybe years past?
He's just getting an opportunity. I think Wharton I don't think there's anything different about Wharton, to be honest with you. He's been the same guy for 3 years. He's one of the hardest workers on our team. He's a positive young man. You know, even when he wasn't getting maybe the opportunities to play that I would have loved to have given him, or you know, he's one of those guys you always feel bad if he's not in the lineup because he does so many things so well. But we've always known that he's a plus defensive player. He's got a good arm from the outfield. He just needed to be able to put together good at-bats to give himself a chance to be in the lineup, and he's doing that right now, and couldn't be happier for him. He's a great young man, and he's doing everything really well for us right now, swinging the bat and playing great defense.
Monte, you've had a real nice contribution by your new center fielder, Bryce DiMaggio. What can you say about him, and is this something you saw in the fall or more in the spring before the start of the year?
Well, what we knew when we recruited him was we were getting a big, very athletic outfielder who had the potential to hit for power. He's got pro tools, raw, just needed to develop. Unfortunately for us, he missed all of the fall. He broke his hand diving for a fly ball. Our first team practice, that's Bryce. You know, he's gonna. That's how he practices, just full steam ahead. Broke his hand, so we didn't get a chance to work with him a whole lot in the fall. So in the spring, you know, what we saw was just a guy that's got worlds of potential, and he plays so hard. He's a tough kid. You'll get hit by pitches. He can put a bunt down for you. He can hit for some power. And he plays great defense in the outfield. So he's a kid that's only going to get better and better the more opportunities and the more reps he gets. But he's got a chance to be a special player.
Most people talk about the home runs and the power of this team, but you guys won it whenever you wanted to this weekend. Do you guys take pride in being able to play small ball when you have to?
Well, you know, Coach Davidson works with our outfielders and works with our guys on the short game. He's kind of taken it. He kind of took the short game early in the fall and said, you know, this is something that I'd like to help the team with. So I got to give Mark Davidson a lot of credit there. He's worked with our guys on a daily basis on the short game, and you can tell it's made a huge difference. Cromwell with a nice bunt. Number of guys. We feel very comfortable with pretty much anybody in our lineup. If we need to get a bunt down, that they can do it. So I got to give Mark credit for working with our guys and getting them better in the short game, because it's crucial, especially in low-scoring games. We got to be able to get a bunt down.
How did the series with Dallas Baptist come about? Do you feel like this kind of test early in the season can help you, particularly going into next weekend?
Well, it's definitely, you know, it's a great confidence booster anytime you can win all 3 games, regardless of the opponent. But Dallas Baptist is a quality team. I mean, they're ranked 10th in one poll, so we have a tremendous amount of respect for them, and knew that we were going to face a really good team with a good lineup, a veteran team, and you know, I don't know if I would have expected this. I mean, we played really good baseball. We scored a lot. We did pretty much everything this weekend. We hit the long ball. We were able to, you know, to play the short game. We played great defense, and we pitched exceptionally well. So on all fronts, we played great baseball, and, you know, hopefully we can continue to do that.
Coach, you got Winthrop in the midweek game this week before the big series in South Carolina. Obviously, Winthrop's a team you're pretty familiar with. What do you know about them, and do you expect to go with Sam Weatherly again?
Yeah, we would expect to go with Weatherly. We need to talk about it, but I would expect that that's who we'll go with. And haven't really had a chance to scout Winthrop yet. You know, we spent so much of our focus over the last week scouting Dallas Baptist and trying to prepare for this series. So we'll do everything we can to scout Winthrop. And, you know, we'll worry about Winthrop first. That's the next game on the schedule, and that's all we're really worried about right now.